All right, let's get to Warner Brothers Discovery, the NBA, Amazon, and some bigger issues that are sort of tied up in this. For weeks, if not months, we've been saying that Warner Brothers Discovery would match the Amazon package that was agreed to between the NBA and Amazon, even before the finals. But we've been waiting for some time. Yesterday, of course, we got the official news that, in fact, they had matched, or at least in their opinion, they'd matched. But what I've also been reporting again for weeks, and we've discussed it here at the desk as well, is that it seems likely, and again, we will see, but it seems likely that, in fact, the NBA, which I'm told very much wants an Amazon deal, in part because its owners want an Amazon deal, what would come along with that, will say, no, that is not really a match, that it's not a like-for-like match. And there's the very real possibility that you could see litigation here between Warner Brothers Discovery and the NBA, basically around this idea of we had the right to match. We're talking about multiple pages of a contract here, not just sort of a paragraph. And you did not say it was, and we disagree, and they'll go to court. Kind of odd, of course, and don't forget, TNT will be still airing NBA games through the next season. This deal doesn't begin, the 11-year deal in question that our parent company, Comcast or NBC, has signed up for ESPN, and Amazon as well, doesn't begin till the next season. But, of course, it brings up bigger issues. And there may be a larger argument here that is made as well, perhaps, by Warner Brothers Discovery in terms of not just the power of these platforms to control and buy these sports rights, but, people who want to watch NBA games now are going to have to pay another $10 a month, and they're going to get sneaker ads in their feed constantly. And is that what you really want, particularly for people who are, not a gym necessarily in the best of health economically, for example, but want to watch NBA games because you got to pay another $10 for your Prime service and things of that nature. We'll see where this ends up, but it could include not just litigation, but sort of a larger discussion about, is every sports rights deal going to ultimately end up with Amazon, Apple, Alphabet, or even Netflix at some point?
Right. I mean, do these companies own the world? Do the owners, Adam Silver really controlled by the owners, just say, look, this is where we're going, and we don't care about linear. Now, David, the underprivileged argument, there are a great number of people who obviously watch NBA. The $10 a month, is that a tax?
That is the way I think that they may phrase it if this thing actually gets to a real debate. Now, whether that's going to resonate is very much unclear. But I think that they will potentially go down that road of it being a tax, so to speak, and that this consumers and also these kids who watch are going to be getting, a lot of ads. It's a retail platform,
well,
and then say, I want these sneakers or things of that nature.
But don't we want Charles Barkley? And Charles Barkley goes. Now, in other words,
although he's retiring anyway, isn't he?
No, he would come back. If
he would?
Yeah. Right. Wouldn't the owners want better ratings, or do they just say, you know what, we got to be in bed with Amazon because they got the money?
I think that a lot of that is in play. I mean, by the way, the NFL, right, the most important by far, they come up in, there's an out in 2029 for the NFL, and its deals as well.
Remember I told you that? I said they would do that. Now, I know that, and I understand that the office...
5 years away.
Right, but they're not really... I came out and said, listen, they're highest bidder. Don't trust that they'll give it to CBS. I don't think that was well liked in the fiefdom. But, David, I've got to tell you that I think that Zaslav has some real arguments here, not the least of which he paid to have this right to be able to be involved.
And he's exercising it. We will see. But again, as we have been saying for weeks now, the likelihood, may not happen, is that you're going to see some sort of litigation. Will there be a settlement along with it?